So this is about textual variance, to shed some light on it. Now I'll make the screen dark to the best of my ability. Alright, so let's just imagine these are all variant readings of a text stretching over the years. One is in 200, one is in 1800, one is in let's just say AD 450. The other's in really early. It's 180 AD or AD 180, but it's just a fragment of something found. Another's from 1066, another's from 757, and another's from 595. Now looking at this, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 variants. No, 10. Well, 9 variants, and then a reconstruction would be 10. Now, this is exactly what the vast majority, pretty much 99% of all biblical variants look like this. Not really. I think it's something like 93%. And then some of them have variant readings, which they don't know if it's also or 2, things like that, where it's just not even change. And then narrowing it down to 1% is anything that would have possible impact on the meaning of the verse, the meaning of the actual text. And it doesn't mean the full manuscript, it just means the chapter. And that 1% is hotly debated. And I usually fall on the side that it doesn't even change a damn thing, because we have well over 5,000 manuscripts. Now, none of these are correct. Do you think you could reconstruct the original sentence? Could it possibly be the monkey walked through the door? Could that be the original? Let's say there was an original, it's gone. And this is what we have. There was an original written around, let's say, AD 60. And these are coming from all over, different parts of the world. Let's say it's the same language, different parts of the world. We have unknown word, monkey walked through the door. The unknown word, walked through the door. We have another unknown word, but different, or no, that's the same, walked through the door. We have a fragment where the only decipherable word, or the only word that's intact is the. Isn't that useless? That's totally useless, right? No, it's not. I mean, this is the Gnostic Gospels. This is how they reconstruct them. This is actually what they look like. The fragment from 180 AD, the fictional fragment from 180 AD that I'm using. That's pretty much all the Gnostic Gospels that we have. That's what they do with them. That's how they appear when they pull them out of the sands. The ape walked through the door. Was that a scribal change? We don't know. Now, somebody might say, they don't know if it's a monkey or an ape. Something that basic. Look, the text can't even agree on whether it's a monkey or an ape. What would you think? I mean, look at the date that ape shows up, and it's only in one line of manuscripts, and the oldest date for that reading is 1066. Do you think that would contend with, let's say, the one from 200 or 450 or 757 or 595? The monkey walked the door. Now, in typing this, I actually I spelled more things wrong because I was trying to do it intentionally and paying attention to that. And I was like, no, I didn't mean to change that. And I'm sure everybody's sent a text or done something where they're transmitting stuff incorrectly. Imagine if you're a monk who's sleeping 2 hours a night, which that was their discipline. Sometimes they stay for 3 days. They copy manuscripts. Take them a year. This is a pretty good chain of transmission. I mean, can't we be fairly confident what the original reading is? But people will say, just from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. From 5 words, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have 11 variants in a 5-letter sentence fragment or sentence. A 5-letter, 5-word sentence. You have 11 variants. I mean, look at the one from 180. It's the thru is missing. Meant to put a space there, but even when I'm trying to intentionally do it, people make mistakes. Now, I think I'm more fallible than most, but there are people who look at the Bible or look at the chain transmission of the New Testament, and they'll see something like this, or they'll hear this many different variants, and they'll be, they'll write a book and say, look at this, and how do they, and unless you actually know that this is what the overwhelming of variants look like with this many readings, you would say, wow, that's a lot of variants. Because a variant could be a scribal error, which would be like, the monkey walked the door. A scribal change would be the ape walked through the door. The walk through the door is another scribal another scribal change, or scribal error. Look at how many errors and how much is missing, and we don't even have a complete one. But again, I ask you, could we reconstruct the original sentence from what you see right here? I would say we can, and I would say anybody who says we can't, is disingenuous at best. Disingenuous or incredibly stupid. Or let me just say, lying. Variants. There's so many variants. No, actually, from what somebody who doesn't know jack shit about textual criticism, there's no variants. I mean, for them, for the word that they hear is variant or scribal change or scribal error. Oh my God! Shake your hands to high heaven and scream and run for the hills. The sky is falling. I mean, that's why when somebody, when a smart mouth kid comes up to me, and I've had this happen so many times on YouTube. Well, do you know how many changes are in the... You know what? You can look up all the ancient codices. Actually, the best preserved books from antiquity, and actually the best preserved books from even the last 3 centuries. Guess what they are? They're 27 different books, and they're part of this canon of this weird religion that started in Palestine that was a break off of Judaism and was harassed by the Roman Empire. I won't give it away to you, but we got all these 5,000 Greek manuscripts, and then you know, a few thousand in Syriac, a few thousand in Coptic, a few thousand in Ethiopic, I think tens of thousands in Latin, English, Russian. I mean, not counting modern stuff, and things where they take this and they'd say it's obviously the monkey walked through the door, and then people were, oh no, you can't reconstruct that. You can't say that we're even sure it would originally say the monkey walked through the door, or that that is the probable reading of this sentence. That's where I say, well, you either don't know what you're talking about or you're lying. I mean, that's the point I have to say to people. Now, even if you don't believe anything about me, about what I said about the history of the manuscripts or whatever, just ask yourself, if we had these different readings of this sentence that are apparently coming from the same work, this is a sentence in a, I don't know, a play or a letter, do you think we would be able to accurately reconstruct the sentence that's most probable? Not even 100%, just the most likely reading of this. Do you think it can be determined? I think it could. I think we could determine the most likely reading with great clarity. And for somebody that was familiar with English, they would say T-H-T-E. I know what that means. That's actually the. They spelled it wrong. You know, but people will say, oh no, you can't reconstruct words like that. Or M-N-O-K-Y. Oh, I know what that is. M-N-K-E-Y? Yeah, we know what that is. W-A space K. W-A hole in the piece of paper K. M hole in the paper N-K-E-Y. Even without even seeing the rest of them, if you saw the monkey walked the door, you could possibly even imply what the scribe meant to copy down, or what the text would represent.